Hey, Scott. Thank you, buddy. Hi, Jamie. How are you?
How you doing over there, Andy? Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Staying out of the heat, man. Summer is here, that's for sure. Came on with vengeance.
It is.
Uh,
It's a nice balmy 95 here. Not too bad.
yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today. My name is Andy, and that's Jamie and Scott. This is the Trading Studio. Let's dive in. And before we do, let's go over the disclaimer here. We are content publishers here at Trade Ideas. Jamie and I will be sharing some ideas possibly today and looking at some stocks, but nothing that you see or hear should be construed as investment advice. And if you are seeking that type of advice, you want to seek out somebody who is licensed. That would be a registered advisor or a stockbroker. All right, the agenda for today, we're going to have the market recap. Funky little day we had here. Man, just it's tough trading right now. I'll tell you a little bit about what I've been doing, which is not a lot, and then we'll go over the Holly recap. Which boy, I haven't seen a day like this in a while, Jamie. But we'll suck it up and take it, for what it is.
Correct,
So,
correct. I mean, these days happen, but this
mhm.
is a doozy of one. You always know that, well, we're going to have one of those days where we get 5 or 6 stop outs, but we a little bit over that today, but we'll still take a peek.
Yeah. Well, just a nasty range bound day in the market, and makes it tough for everybody. So, including robots. So this that next little section of our webinar is going to be a fun one. Okay, we're going to go over some. I'm creating all the new channels for docking. Okay, so basically, we're making docs. So when you go into a channel, once you get the new version, everything's going to be in a doc for you. So I'm creating those, and I'm going to share a few of them with you, and to kind of give you an idea of the kind of theme that I'm looking at. And I definitely want your opinions, guys. We'll take a look at some of the current channels and then compare it to the doc that I'm making. So far, from all the traders and the staff here at Trade Ideas, everybody seems to be digging the new look. So I'm hoping that you will at least, well, be honest with me. Okay, if you like it, let me know, and if you don't, let me know as well, and just tell me why you don't. And then this SPY up and down percentage, little top list that I put together, just nothing, basically just a symbol and a change from the close, and it used the cylinder score at the bottom. Teach you guys how to use the cylinder score if you're not using it, and just a really quick way to kind of look at any symbol list that you want to and see what percentage of it is possibly up on the day or down on the day. So we'll take a look at that. And once again, trading, just like we were talking about Holly and my trading and everybody's trading. Trading is difficult right now, and once again, the price alerts, nothing to write home about. As a matter of fact, I'm hoping we have at least one alert that was green. When I looked earlier in the day, there was none. So we'll take a look at that. All right, let's talk a little bit before we dive in about our 5-star support, education, and training at here at Trade Ideas. Uh, we promote a vibrant community of traders, and we also have a lot of traders on staff here, and not just failed traders. Okay, everybody here at one time was a very successful trader and a long time trader. Okay, so we do have a lot of people here that can help you with your trading, and not only that, we're here to help you with the software. Okay, we know it can be overwhelming for some people, but I want to show you today, as we look at some of these channels, that boy, you can get, as soon as you open up the software, you can get help. I mean, it's just these channels are going to be easier for new people to come in and use and understand. So that's just one way we're trying to provide new methods of helping you out. We have webinars every day, Monday through Thursday, in the same time slot. You can see the lineup there on the left side. And let's not forget the Traders Room where Barry hosts, and that's free for everyone. You do not have to have a prescription to Trade Ideas. So get in that Traders Room, especially if you're new. There's a lot of great traders in there. It's the best way to learn. And not only that, Barry will help you out if you have a question about the software, as soon as things slow down after the first couple hours in the morning. And then probably the best place to come is a support webinar. I'll go to the next slide so you can see. This is our daily support session every day at 12 Eastern time. This is Monday through Friday. I'll be doing the one tomorrow. And it's trade-ideas.com/live. If you're in Barry's room, just stay in there, and we will take over his YouTube live stream for about an hour, and we'll open it up for you to ask any questions that you want about the software. We also will look at charts for if you want to. We can talk about trading as well. We always do that if there's nothing going on. No, we don't have any questions about the software. All right, this next slide will be for Scott. So I'm going to back out of here, and we're going to pull up the SPY chart here. Bear with me. And boy, there's just not a lot. I mean, the last couple of days, we've tried to sell off, especially in the Dow. I'll show you the Dow because it's doesn't have all the tech-heavy stocks that's been kind of helping out the SPY lately. The SPY index. Okay, this is more of an antiquated index of the top 30, although I do believe it has Apple in it now, doesn't it, Jamie? I believe. Pretty sure it does. But quite of a different looking picture there as compared. You're basically on a month low, not a big bounce today. You're below its key moving averages. I usually don't look at this, but it may be kind of foretelling, or at least I don't want to use foreshadowing or anything like this, but it may be giving you a hint of why you're struggling. Your trading has been difficult, and if it hasn't, then boy, more power to you. But if you're a swing trader like me and you're trying to rotate in and out these sectors, sometimes it can get a little frustrating. But back to the SPYs, it has a couple of wicks here, rejected. At the 20 period, 2 days in a row now, so it could not close below this 20 period. So right now we're kind of pinned in between the let me pull up my Epic pen. We're pinned in between the 10 and the 20 period. That's not much of a bearish case to make there, and the Qs, not a whole lot of a bearish case to make there as well, because we are closed at all-time highs. So we did have some strength today in the Qs. All you had to do is look at stocks like Apple. Amazon was on a tear. Huge day for Amazon, Microsoft. But this just goes to show you guys, you look at this stocks like Amazon back when the SPYs, now let's go back to the middle of last month. Okay, SPYs, a little bit of a pullback, but still kind of hanging out up here, near all-time highs. I should say probably middle end. Okay, now let's pull up, some of these tech companies that were just kind of doing the opposite. They were actually going lower. So just goes to show you guys, it's nothing but rotation right now. I really believe that if the materials, the home builders and everything gets hot again, these things are going to sell off. It's just the market that we have right now. It's very strange. It's not like the good old day when a rising tide would lift all boats. It's just, we just don't have that right now. We haven't had it in a while. Yeah, I mean, I look around, it looks happening at the basic materials, just ugly. Transports, ugly. Financials, I mean, look at this. I mean, there is some really decay in a lot of these sectors, but when you have the SPY, which comprises of about 27% of technology, okay, it used to not be that way, but now they give a big weighting to Apple, Amazon, and Microsoft, and all these guys. They make up 15 or 20%. So all you need is a big push from them, and it kind of holds up the SPYs, even though underneath things are getting really kind of I'm not gonna use the right word here, but I'm the wrong word here. But I'm just gonna show you because I don't want to scare anybody. But here's a SPY up and down percentage, which I'm going to show you later. But I just want to show you 67% of the stocks in the SPY S&P 500 were down today, and yet it finished up on the day. So it just goes to show you can have a few big stocks in there that are basically holding up the key moving averages. And we'll talk more about that. I will bring that up again and share it with you later, but I just kind of want to show you that. But XHB, although bounced a little bit today with held ups with Lennar's earnings, I believe, but still very ugly. I mean, so there's some major sectors that out there that look kind of bearish right now, but if you just take a look at the spies, you think, whatever. We're still, you know, percent two off the all-time highs. So it's kind of wacky, but it does make for difficult trading. But anyway, Jamie, I'm not gonna. Oh, let's look at the IWM. Now the only position I have right now is TZA, and I've had it for a couple of days. I bought it back over here. In other words, I shorted IWM back over here when it looked like it was going to break this. And boy, I get my hopes up both days, like this is going to pay me big, and you still get these bottoming tails. Still huge volume today, but put in a bottoming tail, still closed below that 20-day moving average. So we'll see what happens there. See if there's any continuation. I was laughing at Steve today. I said this stock is going, or this inverse ETF, it's going, or I'm not inverse. This is ETF is going down on bottoming tails. You don't see that much, Jamie, but just a
Yeah,
crazy
a lot
market.
of things you don't typically see, we're seeing in little clusters here
Yeah,
when the
yeah,
market's in this little weird, funky mode. And,
it is.
you know, we had the FOMC meeting to kind of, help with the insanity yesterday. And then today we had the bifurcation. So it's just strange circumstances in the market right now.
It really is. It's a mosh pit right now, and like I said, I've pretty much pulled back and just got out of it. I have no longs, and very seldom do I not have any longs, but I don't have any longs right now. I'm not heavy short. I'm short a little bit of Tesla, and then I'm short a bigger position in TZA, the inverse of the IWM. But we'll see. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I,
wouldn't be
I,
surprised if I'm not flattening it, tomorrow or the next day. So.
yeah, I took a little piece of that Tesla when you got into it the other day too. We'll see what
Oh man, I
happens.
hope it'll work. Yeah, it's not acting right, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, Jamie.
Very good. Well, we're just going to take a peek here at the Holly blotter.
Yeah, we don't have to spend a lot of time.
You might want to put on some welder's goggles or something. Okay.
Hey, everybody here knows it's tough right now. Holly's had some good days lately. She's due one of these kind of days.
Right. And I was telling Andy before we started the webinar, because I've been auto trading the AI and getting the kinks worked out of the E-Trade version. This will be the end of week 3 tomorrow. And, up a nice little pile of change. Of course, today put a dent in that total. But from a psychological standpoint, I always knew, I'm like, okay, you've seen this over and over throughout the years. There will be a day where it takes a pretty good beating. Now, in my mind, I was thinking, okay, that we're going to have one of those days where, we're going to see 5, 6, 7 stop outs out of the trades generated. But boy, it outdid itself today. We had a total of, let's count them up over here, 11 from 1.0, 2 from 2.0, and 5 from Neo. So 18 signals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 stop outs. Okay, and a lot of these positions were up, and then they just folded right over. This Rambus was a good example. Of course, as Andy was just talking about, look at the industry.
Hmm.
Semiconductors, tech. Okay. So when I saw that one this morning, I'm thinking, hey, we're in the money. This one's going to work. Then we saw Oracle. I was telling Andy it felt like a blast from the past because we had Oracle on the blotter. We had Rambus on the blotter, actually a double dipper in Rambus today, and a few other tech stocks were on
Hmm.
there as well. But boy, they just pulled the rug out from Rambus, got back to flat, but that one ended up not working, even though it was in the tech sector. So it's just kind of hit or miss right now. So typically, we would go over the spread between conservative and moderate, but as you can see, talking about a $60 spread in Oracle here at the close, is really kind of peanuts compared to the overall action that
Mm.
we had today. So, rather than get in here and say, oh, you could have done this or that, I mean, it is what it is. It was just a pretty nasty day for the AI. Um, and hopefully it got this out of the way, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. And then another week to go in the month-long test. So, you know, we'll see what tomorrow brings. Other than that, not really a whole lot to talk about with the AI today. It just had a tough day, just like probably a lot of traders out there did today. Andy, anything to chime in on here
No,
regarding Holly's
no,
activity?
no, nothing to add.
Yeah, just a
It's,
lot of
yeah.
chop, a lot of
I mean,
chop.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I've actually, as far as the direct P&L goes, I've seen it worse. But yeah, I'm not sure why some of those stops or exit reason are listed as profit save. That must be just a little glitch or something. But
Well, these,
no,
these
no,
will
the
add.
stop outs.
Oh, right, I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not sure
unless
why that's showing
unless
up like that.
Holly goes, I'm gonna get out a penny before the stop.
And look, there's not even really any good trade arounds. These all recovered a little bit from
Hmm.
their $100
Yeah.
loss, $50. I mean, this is the biggest example right here. PHM. Come on, I don't know why my charts are lagging so much today. Which out of the whole stop out group, I mean, yeah, you could have pegged this one. But after you see so many get stopped out, and a lot of these ran right through their stops today,
Hmm.
so it just wasn't that type of day.
No, not at
But
all.
like I said, these days are inevitable. It's just that today was a little bit more than what I expected, not by too many. If we would have had 3 or 4 less stops, I would have been like, yeah, par for the course. You got to take the good with the bad. Um, but we'll see. I think with the market being where it is, the bifurcation and the FOMC from yesterday, it just kind of added fuel to the fire.
Hmm. Yep, I agree, Jamie. Well, that's okay, man. You can pass it back so they don't have to keep looking at
We
it.
live to we live to fight another day. We shall
That's
see.
right. That's right.
Uh,
All right. You got me?
yep.
All right. All right. This is going to be fun, guys. And once again, and by the way, Jenny, I know I saw that you asked about what I'll make of gold and silver. Steve plays that gold and silver. I don't, every now and then he'll get me to jump in something, but I'm usually out pretty quick if it doesn't work. I just don't trade those very, what, I just don't like trading them. Yeah, they're too unpredictable. Big gap down today like that. Just yeah,
That
it
was
just
crazy on the gold.
yeah, that was nasty.
Peter
So I
Peter
don't.
Schiff is beside himself right now.
Yeah. Oh, you know it. You know it. But all right. So let's dive in. So this is going to be fun, guys. I want to. I'm going to show you a couple of the new channels that I am building and what they're going to look like. But I definitely want to get your input. So if you like it, please let us know. You just say you like it there in the questions panel. If you have any suggestions, hey, throw those in there too. I'll jot them down and see what we can do. But what my overall idea of what we want to do here is just kind of make things a little more structured and a little more cleaner. Okay, and I'll show you an example. We'll start with the pre-market channel because I know everybody goes there. So when you do get this new version, you're going to be able to go to new, and you're going to be able to launch a new docked channel bar. Boom. Okay. So now this whole thing is in a docking window. You can move it around, do what you want to with it, put it whatever monitor you want to. So let's go to the pre-market. Okay. So this is going to launch the pre-market channel in its current state. This is not mine. But when I'm looking at this, what I see is look at the mess in this 5-minute chart. A lot of uh, post-market, pre-market, a lot of gradients. It's just a little bit kind of tough for me to read, and I don't know if it's the same for you. Here's the daily over here, kind of squunched up in this corner. We got a window over here in between a single stock window and the daily chart, and then we got two up gappers and down gappers where you're only showing like 6 symbols. So if you want to see anything else, you're going to have to, use a scroll bar here, and the columns are kind of wide, but now I'm going to show you kind of what I built to be the new one. Let me get my linking off. All right, so this is the current pre-market, and this is the one that I am working on, and see what you guys think. Come on, baby. All right, so let's get this one out of the way back there right now. All right, so this is going to be what I'm hoping is going to be the new one. Okay, so you can see what I've done here. I basically just I wanted to keep the charts together, clean them up, simplify them. I do want pre-market. Okay, obviously if we're looking at charts, we want to be able to see the pre-market, and so I did leave the pre-market in there. But as far as cleaning up all the other gradients, I just think we want to keep it just kind of basic. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate it. I really like the up gappers and down gappers shown like this. Okay, I don't see any reason why they should be stretched out all wide. This way you can get a lot more symbols, okay, in your up gappers and your down gapper, about 3 times as much. So you don't have to sit here and scroll. You have to scroll a little bit if you want to see the ones, but man, your top probably 25 stocks are going to be in view when you open it up. Thank you, Bert. Thank you, Ben. I'm glad. I like what I'm hearing, because what I want to do is kind of do every channel like this, kind of structure it. You can see everything's kind of blocked together, and not like this where it's kind of all kind of scattered around and you're having to, so this just kind of brings it all together. Just think it's a much cleaner look, and it's going to be a lot easier for people to understand. Now you will have your pre-market movers up here, so you'll still have the same windows in here. It's just going to be a little bit cleaner. So I'm going to take some time and read this. Bert likes it. What are the quad witchings? We'll talk about that in a minute, Jenny. Let's see. All right, Don says definitely much better. Let's see. Can we get a link for 2 sec? Not right now, because you wouldn't, Roman. If I shared this with you, you would not be able to pull it up anyway, because it would share in this docking window, which you don't have access to. We just had a version released yesterday, and man, I tell you what, it's working good. Okay, we had a lot of bugs we had to work out, and everybody's banging on it right now, and boy, it's really looking good. I'm hoping it's going to be out, next week, but I can't promise you anything. But boy, when you get it, you're going to have a lot of fun. There's so many things you can do with these docking windows. I'm going to show you. Let's at least take a look at a couple more. Okay, so that is the pre-market. Let me go over here and let's pull up the EV related. Let's pull up that one. Okay, same thing. You pull this up, you got a 5-minute chart with a lot of data and a lot of gradients. It's almost, really difficult to read. This almost has the same look as that last window I just showed you, where you have this multi-strategy window that's very active. And keep in mind, what also I'm thinking about doing while I'm doing this is I'm going to try to limit the amount of data that's going to be flowing through this, because guys, there will be an issue if you have your default layout up and you start opening up a lot of these docked windows all over the place. Okay, we're going to do everything we can, on our end to make it easier, but still, you still have all this data trying to run through, a small pipe. So I'm going to try to cut down on that in these channels that I'm building. So here is the current EV, electric vehicle site. We had something like up most in the last 5 days. Electric vehicle related was the name of this, and then we got a multi-strategy. And let's take a look at the one that I've done. File load from cloud. I don't know if this may not be the finished product on here, because you see it not in uppercase. So I worked on this yesterday. Let me see how it looks. Okay. So once again, the same theme. You got everything's kind of structured into kind of block formation. You got your daily chart over here. Okay, you got your 15-minute chart right here. Now you could always come in, guys, when you pull this up and be able to change it to whatever you want to for the time being. Okay, single stock window. We're going to try to have a single stock window in every channel, so you guys can quickly look and get some important data points like relative volume. You can get the score, volume in the 5 minutes, position in different ranges. So that's going to be nice. I can tell right now I haven't totally finished on this one. And this was just basically what I did. Instead of using that other one up in 5 days, I just took basically the biggest winners. So you can look real quickly here and see which ones are, the biggest winner. And this is just sorted by change from the close. So when this comes out, if you like to trade electric vehicle stocks, you can quickly look in here and find the ones that excuse me, are doing the best. And you can also see the relative volume coming in. Same thing over here. We have one for the biggest losers. So these aren't doing so well today. You can see the percentages there. I'm not sure why we had such bifurcation in this industry, but it was really weird. It looked like the big boys like Neo, Tesla was actually having a pretty decent day. Plug did bounce back. It was negative for a while. Wow. And this is just going to be a high-low ticker. If I come in here and go to history, I'm sorry, and put on today, you're going to see this is just going to be if it finishes loading here. Okay, I can see right now I got to work on this. This is why I said it's not my finished product, because it didn't have all caps, and I'm not sure why we're not getting any highs come through there. New high, new low, filters. Huh, strange. I don't know what would be preventing the highs. Let me try something here. Maybe that was just the end of the day. Let me try something. Oh, there they are. That was just the close. For some reason, above was, yeah, I guess it was close coming through lows. So you can see the Teslas, the NIOs. So you'll see all this coming through the high-low ticker. Okay, it is working just fine. So there you have it, guys. Better again. Good. Getting some good good stuff here. So let's take a look at one more. Barry's watch list. I do have one, but I'm going to check with him on that. I got pre-market, and let's do earnings. Okay. So this is the earnings one we have. Okay, we have a window right here, multi-strategy. We have downside earnings blowout. Not sure what's going on there and why we wouldn't have an upside one. So this one just really needed a lot of work. You had a small daily over here this time and a 5-minute over here with, once again, gradients. And then we had reporting this morning and reporting this afternoon, which I think is kind of redundant since you have all this information. So what I've done with it was earnings channel, kind of the same thing, just kind of cleaned it up. It got you two really nice, crisp, simple. Looks like we do have a gradient in this one. I may end up taking that out. That's strange, Jamie. Why would Lennar? Oh, this is Lennar B. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, why is Lennar coming through like that? We change the symbols here. There you go. That's more like it.
There we go.
Yeah, you got just a couple of basic charts, a couple of basic moving averages. Nothing, with stuff all over the place. Just clean and crisp. I got your up after earnings top list, so you can keep an eye on the most, the ones doing well this morning or this afternoon. So this is just basically a stocks that are down after earnings and up after earnings, really easy to follow. This is sorted by change from the close percentage. I'll probably take that change from the close out of there. change dollars. I don't care about dollars. I'm more of a relative guy. And then we have a just an earnings watcher. Okay, basically this is just going to be a ticker very similar to what I just showed you, so you can see them coming through highs and lows after earnings. There is your single stock window. So just really looking to simplify things, guys. I hope that makes. Thank you, Bert. I hope you guys like that. I like that the single stock windows are formatted the same. Yes, Jim. Good. Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because I actually have a single stock window that I'm using, but I've been kind of bouncing right so far back and forth between two, but they're very similar. And I'm glad you mentioned that. That is what I'm going to do. That I'm going to standardize the single stock window, so they will all be the same. And had you not said that, I probably wouldn't have done it. Thank you, Mike. I thank you. I appreciate it. Anyway, yeah, I think it's going to be really be helpful for the new people coming in, because a lot of these are going to look the same. Yeah, you'll have sometimes a chart will be on top of each other, but they're going to be some sort of grouping with the windows and the chart in the single stock window. I really don't feel the need to put in a SPY chart, because most people have that running somewhere else anyway. If you're like me, you'll have a free floating window over here, on your other monitor that'll show you the SPYs. I don't see any reason why we'd have to waste real estate just to put a SPY so you can see where the ticks are going in the SPYs. Well, great. I'm glad you like it, guys. Now that makes me feel better. I can push on. I got a lot to do, but yeah, I like all the feedback, guys. I appreciate you doing that. It means a lot. So, all right. So with that said, let's. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you this. Okay, very simple. This is sometimes it's something good to have around with you, because I can't tell you how many times, and a lot of this has to do with I forgot the term they use. It's almost like a free floating weighting. In other words, the weighting gets reweighted in these indices a lot, just based upon how stocks are doing. Okay, you can remember let's say back in the late 1900s, GE was a huge component of the SPYs and the Dow, and it's not the case anymore. So what they do is when these stocks start sucking, they yank them out of there, or they give them a very, very small weighting. And of course, that's why you see Apple is the highest weighting pretty much in um, every indice, because it's a very prosperous and stable company. Stocks performing well. So what they do is they stick these. You can give them a high weighting in all these indices. So a lot of times, I mean, it's good. It's good if you're in these ETFs, and I'm sure there's a lot of people in their 401k that park the money in mutual funds that pretty much uh, allocate pretty evenly, much like the indices will. And so it's good for everybody. But for traders, a lot of times it can kind of throw you off, because you're thinking, wait a minute, why is a SPY up on the day? And there's almost 67% of the SPY stocks are down on the day. Okay. Lot of carnage lately, but the averages are basically magically elevating near all-time highs. Well, it all has to do with the weighting and this rotation that you get all the time. I've been seeing this for a long time. I remember talking to Joe Fahmy uh, at a StockTwits event, and we were both saying, when this very first seemed like it started back around 2008, I think I was saying 2009, I was talking with him. He goes, man, I don't understand. I see these stocks getting creamed everywhere, but the averages are just hanging in there. And he's like, I know, man, what's up with that? But yeah, it's crazy, man. But it has to do with just the weighting and but anyway, here's a little tool that you guys can use, and all it is just a symbol and a change from the close. I could scrunch it up if you wanted to, but I like having it open so I can kind of see the cylinder score. And the cylinder score is just, you can right click on here and you can set a custom threshold. I have mine set change from the close, because I just want to be able to kind of look at this and just get a quick look. Hey, you might want to see which stocks in the S&P are strongest on the day. Pretty simple trading. If you're sitting there and you're a day trader and you want to just trade some strong stocks, well, all you got to do is see the ones on here, and more than likely you know, they're up for a reason. There's more buyers than sellers. So Nvidia, what a huge day today. So, but I also like to get a quick glance to see, you know, the underlying stocks in the S&P and how well is the total, uh, you know, P&L basically, or if you would, or the percentage of stocks that are down versus the percentage of stocks that are up on the day. And you can see today, and it's 60, almost 67% of them were down. So yes, I'm going to send you this, Jenny. As a matter of fact, I'll do it right now. And let me just go ahead and do it this way. Now, here's what you want to do. It should come over this way, but if it's not, guys, you just want to go and you want to make sure your symbol list is S&P 500. Okay, try to find that one. And you can find it by going to add existing list. You probably want to scroll down to the bottom and find that S&P 500. You should have access to that. And like I said, it let me know if it doesn't come over this way, and then I can show you how to get to it again, but it should come over like this. Average volume 10-day 5. I'm not sure why I have that in there. It's interesting. Let me do something. Let me take that out and see what happens, because I have the S&P 500. I think this was an older alert that I kind of changed it. So let's do this. Now about the same, 64, 65%. So we can leave out that average volume. It's going to show that. So let me save it and share it. All right, and I'm going to drop it into the chat window so you guys can have access to it. And I just call this SPY up and down. Down percentage. There you go. You guys should have it. All right, you know what? It's time to make sure I don't have, not miss anything. Get a drink of water. All right. Oh, good, Michael. Mike, so it did have the SP 500 in there. Great, great. I mean, it's not going to be anything that alerts you on a great breakout or something, but man, it can be great just for looking at things that are up and looking at things that are down real quick. Yeah, woo. All right, so guys, man, like I said last week, remember last week we only had a couple of winners in our price alerts, and they were very marginal. I think the best one was like 0.79. It wasn't even a full percentage, and that was about out of a dozen, maybe a dozen alerts. Well, let's take a look at the ones from this past week. And trust me, it's not a knock on y'all guys. This is a knock on how difficult it is to trade right now. Excuse me. Uh-oh, Jamie, I think somebody inked out a winner is Jim W with the real. He got 0.08. Must have bounced up before the close. Okay, so we did, yeah. But look at this, guys. It's really difficult. I mean, we had a lot of just, I mean, nothing huge, but it just goes to show you we're in a bull market. In the last 2 weeks, we're having a hard time getting any winners. And trust me, guys, when it gets like this, there's nothing wrong with sitting on your hands and not doing anything. Especially if you're like a swing trader or an investor. Boy, I just pull everything into cash and just kind of sit it out for a few days if I have to. I may try something here or there, small position, but I don't want to stay 100% right now. And even if it does hang out up here or maybe creep to highs, what are you gonna do? You're gonna be in these tech stocks, and then tomorrow morning you're gonna wake up and all the money's flowing into basic materials, and the tech's getting killed. You know, so this market needs a good bath. I mean, I was really hoping we would see this sell-off that looked like it was coming together maybe for a few days, but no, it's just so far it's just rotating into something else and hanging up the averages. Although I think some of these things that have been beaten up, I think you have to keep an eye on some of these things. X, Some at Nucor I noticed bouncing off the 50 today, something like that. If you want to take a chance, I will take a chance on something like that every now and then. If I'm wrong, I just get out quick. But yeah, the basic material. I mean, well, I showed you all these things that are getting beat up right now. Drinks are on me, huh? All right, Jim. That's right. All right, so guys, I'm gonna race these because there's really not a whole lot right to write back, but hey, there's always another week. So what we're gonna do here, guys, we're gonna do it again. And we did have one short that didn't trigger. Let's see, store STOR 40. Oh, that's right. You were looking for a bounce up that day, and it just never triggered there in store. That would have been a good one. Had you gotten it, that would have been a big winner. So a short would have been a big winner had she got a little bit of a bounce there, Sonia. All right, let's clear these out and let's do it again. So here's what we're going to do. All right, if you're new to this, if you got a stock you've been looking at, price alert set or something like that, just give me a stock. We got to have a better week next week. Just give me a stock and give me the price. I'm going to assume it's a long unless you tell me otherwise. Okay, if you tell me it's a short, then I'll mark it as short. But otherwise, I'm just going to assume it's a long. And all I need is the symbol and the price. And Dave Fontaine is first out of the box with MAXN. And that is at 1870. Okay, yeah, I see what he's looking at. Definitely had a good day today. So maybe there's going to be some follow through. All right. Ime with Kroger playing the earnings off Kroger for another put. Ooh, that would be a nice little breakout. So Kroger long at 39.76. I like it. UPST 128 128.40. And that is from Jim. GPS short at 31. Let's see, GPS, and that's Daniel. All righty, we'll throw that out there. I kind of like that. Oh wait, I got 31.80. That's right. Fubo 29.80. And that is a long, and it's from Walt.
And Andy, Daniel meant 31.80 on the GPS short as opposed to 31.
Oh, okay. Okay, no problem. Oh wait, I think I got 31.80.
Huh,
Is that what
how
he
about that?
wants? Huh,
Yeah, he did
yeah.
want 31.80.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't put the zero in there. I'm sorry. All right, we got ET phone home. $11 looking for a bounce. Wait, Daniel, no, Daniel won't. I'm sorry, I should have said the instructions. We only get one. So right now you got GPS short and wait. Okay, GPS short. Yeah. So you wait a minute. Oh, okay. He was just telling me. I'm sorry. All right, Ben at Futu. 153.25. 153.25, and that is Ben Reynolds. You're welcome, Daniel. Run, boy, run got me. Run got me good. So I was long run, right? And this day right here, okay? Uh, and then I had to stomach this almost like 8% sell-off, closing below all its moving average. Now I closed it out once it took out these two lows right here, and I was all proud of myself. And the next 2 days it takes off. Oh, it's just kind of the stuff you see in this market. 52.68. And that is from Paul. Yeah, it's best to play small size and give it the wiggle and jiggle because it can really be frustrating. All right, Neo, I like to call it. Some people call it Nio. I know Barry calls it Nio. 51 from Martin. Well, he's going to do a safe one here. Go with don't want to get it too early. All right, got a lot of participants today. Let's see. Lamont from Mike C, huh? All right. I know it was Lockheed Martin, but I like to call it Lamont. Let's see, what
What
is that?
70s sitcom was
Yeah,
somebody was named Lamont?
yeah,
I can't
that
remember.
wasn't that oh, what was called the junkyard?
Sanford and Son?
Dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun. Yeah, 385.82. 385.82. Yeah, I like that more. Let's see, that is from Mike C. Getting in the game. Uh, boy, they're coming fast and furious. Hold on here.
PBCT
Yep. Okay.
up to 18. I'm not sure if that's the trigger.
Up to 18 even. Okay, so you want a long at 18 even there. I'm thinking that's what you want. Let me know if that's not the case. But that is Gerald. NVIDIA at 750. Let me know if I missed anything. For a continuation move. And that is from Gabriel. TLS 3680. I think I have a lot of stuff. Must have a lot of channels or something open. Gary at 3680. Looks pretty good. I'm sorry, I lost it. Scroll down on me. Hold on. Who was that? Gerald, did I say?
No, that was Gary.
Yeah, Gary, I'm sorry.
Then we got Mite, M-Y-T-E,
Thank you. My thanks.
3150
3150.
for Betty Sue.
All righty. Ooh, we're trying to set a record here with participants. Is that it? I believe so. Unless I'm missing
I
something.
do believe you are correct.
All right. All right, guys. Well, let me share these. We got a lot of participants. Make sure I get everybody in here. Got a dozen or so at least. All right, I'm going to put them into the chat window. Make sure you guys copy them. Probably look like some pretty good alerts set in here. PA is all it's going to be, and there you go. All right, I'm just about run out. My throat's giving out on me. I'm going to bring Scott in here, guys. Thank you very much for helping me out with the docking windows. So I'll get on those and have those ready for you guys probably by next week. So Scott, you want to come in and walk us out?
Yeah, sure. Couple items on the way out, just to remind everyone should have a copy of the Favorite Strategy Indicators ebook. If you don't have it, go to trade-ideas.com/strategy and get yours. It's written by our Director of Software Development. It's got some good information in there for you to absorb, and it's also got some cloud links, I think. You can go ahead and import some of those strategies he talks about right into your layouts. You can search for Trade Ideas Podcast wherever you listen to your pods and add us as a subscription. And then you'll be ready to pick up the next episode as soon as it comes out. In the meantime, check out the interviews we published so far this year. It's good stuff. If you are not quite ready to start a full Trade Ideas subscription but want some ideas every week, go ahead and sign up for the Strength Alerts newsletter. It's $17 a month, and every Monday you get 5 new trading ideas. I actually think we're sending that out on Sunday nights now, so I should update that slide. So go ahead and check that out. Just go to trade-ideas.com/strength to learn more. If you decide you want to sign up for subscription today, go ahead and use the code SUNSHINE either to start a new subscription or do an upgrade. It'll save you 15% off your first installment. And you can find Jamie on Twitter at QuantBot. Our Steve Gomez is TISteveG. We also have @TradeIdeas and some other handles. So go ahead and once you follow one, you should be able to find the other ones. Trade Ideas Pro is the Facebook handle. So go ahead and like that page and share it with your friends. And info@tradeIdeas.com is the best place to send your questions. It goes into our help desk software. So nothing gets lost and you get the fastest, most correct answer as soon as possible. The recording of this session will be up later on tonight or tomorrow, so stay tuned for an email reminder tomorrow about how to find it. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Andy. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks,
Jamie. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. I'll see some of you guys tomorrow in the support webbing.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.